right, what is up, guys? We got Shuga, Shane, Sexton. Try saying that 3 times fast. I was slurring my words. I sounded like I was already 15 beers deep earlier. How's it going, Shane?
Good man, just sitting here with you guys on Wednesday afternoon. Couldn't think of anything better to do.
I
I'm
know
sure
we
you can.
talked. Yeah, yeah. You could go snowboarding, like you said. You said you love the snow.
Yeah, exactly.
um, I know we talked a little bit before we started this race season. Let's talk a little bit about that. What you got going on this year? What's your goals?
Well, I mean, we're kind of up in the air on everything. I got the car ready, sitting without a motor. We're just unfortunately waiting on parts due to delays with all the machine shops and stuff like that. So really, all we're waiting on is pistons, and then the motor's ready to go. But other than that, yeah, I got some lightning sprint stuff planned out. Got a couple rides, sporadic places throughout the country. Hopefully, we can. My goal is to win at Minn Kota because that's the only nationals I've done that I haven't won at. I mean, I really haven't won on the main night, just prelims. But I mean, hopefully, yeah, we can lock up some the main night wins. But a win's a win. So I mean, to be honest, I don't really care how you get it. It just looks the same on paper.
Right. Definitely wins a win.
You got a race with relatives last year up here, or was it the year before? Yeah, last year.
Year before,
Year
year
before.
before.
Talk a little bit about that family rivalry a little bit, or
It honestly is. It's cool when you get to ride up with your cousins and you're not racing for their team. Like my uncle's got a 3 car team every single race at minimum, and it's pretty cool riding up with them and talking smack and making bets and stuff. And I always know when I race, I've been racing for Brian in the Lightning Sprint for about I'd say 3 years now, and I can always confidently say I can whoop on him because that Brian never brings trash to the track. He's always got the greatest, best equipment, and it's kind of like Dalton. He likes Dalton's my older cousin. He races, and he's either when he's on, and when he's off, he's not. And it's kind of like how everybody is, and it kind of Grant's the guy to beat in mining sprints. He is anywhere throughout the country. He's won every single in mining sprint. He like I said, he's the guy to beat, and it's kind of like more look towards beating him than Dalton or my uncle. Not talking smack on them, but like I said, Grant is the guy in mining sprints, and I can confidently say that I am behind him a lot, but it feels good when I'm in front of him. So it's cool racing with him and all of them, and it's like everybody in my family's raced. My dad used to race. My nana used to race actually, and she raced dwarf cars and stuff. And
Hell yeah.
it's kind of like I think third generation racing. My great uncle Alvin used to race with Sammy Swindell and stuff, and yeah, it's cool racing with family. Other than when you go to the track and you got friends there. There's
yep.
always guys that you tend to not click with, and there's guys you do click with. But like I said, you're racing now with my cousin's Grant's in sprint cars now in the 410 and 360. It's kind of cool now that he's up in the higher ranks, getting to race against him and teaching. Now I get to teach him things, and it's both of us adapting and knowing that he's that guy I can go run next to on the track within 3 inches, and he's not gonna wreck my stuff, and I'm not gonna do the same to him. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Be a pretty interesting Thanksgiving if you guys were junking each other's shit every week.
Yeah, yeah. And we mainly pit next to each other all the time. So yeah, that would be and the pits would be pretty interesting. Grant's one of those guys. If he's pissed off, he really is pissed off. He's not one of those guys that goes out and he's not looking for a fight, no nothing. But he's like I said, if he's mad, he's really mad and he really did something wrong. So it's pretty cool racing against him.
Like to be a fly on the wall in that room at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. If you guys are watching at home, go ahead, blow the comment section up. If you got questions for Shane, go ahead, ask. We'll be reading them off as we go. So let's talk that fight there, or kind of fighting. Have you ever been in a couple scraps at the racetrack yourself, or no?
I honestly try, and I'm not one to go looking for it, but like I said, I haven't really no. But I mean, if there's a guy in Lightning Sprints, not going to throw names out there, that we had an incident at the Missouri Nationals last year, and one of those guys that he races, he's up in with that in the Colorado Series. He's one of the faster guys, and it's kind of we don't really go. We get to the racetrack, we're not hugging, but we're not throwing blows. But I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that I try and stay away from because I'm getting in the higher ranks of racing and trying to get on teams and stuff. And nobody wants a guy that's going to go out and going to go fight somebody because someone dumped you. It happens. I've been on both ends, and it's not good. And to go out and fight somebody is just not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first question coming through: who picked your number and why?
Well, I used to be number 7 for when I raced. I've been racing for 13 years now. I used to be 7 all the way till I got to lightning sprints, and 74 was my dad's first number. So we kind of thought, really, 7 was because it looked cool, like we could do cool fonts kind of thing, and I was like, okay. And then 74 came about when in a lightning sprint somebody was number 7. 2 people were, so I'm like, I don't need to be a third number 7. Someone was 74, and it's kind of just stuck ever since then. I kind of like the way it looks on the cars, and it's one of those numbers that not a lot of people have, and it's just like I hate numbers with letters in it, to be honest. So I'm like, you don't want a 74S or anything like that. So I'm like, there's not a lot of 74, so that's why we stuck with that. And like I said, it looks cool on the car. You mess with fonts and make it look even better, I guess.
Oh, that's a good point. You don't see that number very often, so you got to be genuine with that.
Yeah, no, like I said, yeah. I mean, in the lightning sprint we're 3F and Grant's 3, so it's like, okay. And so they're always like, who's the best of the 3s? And like, I don't know. It's just some days we're on, some days we're off. Like first 2 nights at Hangtown, I was okay. I wasn't great. I got 3rd on the second night, and Grant had his troubles. He started deep in the pack, and then like I said, the last night he was swapping sliders with AJ for the last 10 or so laps like it was a freaking midget, like it was the midget main. I think it was more exciting than the midget main, going back and even watching it and like thinking I was up there, but had a little accident, got sent to the back and bent the front axle and thought I could still race, and I spun out under caution. That was pretty embarrassing on the floor.
Right on flow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
on the front straightaway too, right at the flag stand. So I'm like,
Oh
great.
man,
Like, it's not like, oh, maybe what happened to that car? No, it was right there. Everybody saw.
Dude, hey, that's TV time.
Yeah.
That's still TV
but it's
time.
TV time.
Yeah.
Stan Sexton, do you still have a drain hole in every one of your race seats?
In our new seat, in our sprint car seat, we do not. That thing's too expensive. I don't want to be putting holes in it. I don't need to, but yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
Well, I was like, when I was first starting out, I was like 5 years old and friggin' get so scared. Sometimes I'd piss my pants in the seats. My dad would have to drill a hole in the seat so I wouldn't have to worry about
it. Pops over here putting you on blast.
Yeah, but friggin' no, it's always been an ongoing joke with everybody and stuff. And one of those fun. Like I said, between me and my dad, we're one of those guys that we always the funny guys joking around. Sometimes in the wrong situations, but it's like you can always count on us back on the jokes and stuff. And like I said, sometimes we're serious. We're not really ever serious, and that's kind of that's our downfall. I feel like in some situations where we need to be serious, and we're learning to be serious, I guess. But like I said, it's never serious. So
you still gotta have fun while you're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that might be the key too. I mean, you got to look at, if you're not joking around, if you're not having fun, maybe you're gonna be off your game anyway. I mean, if that's your guys' way of coping with everything, there's no changing it.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's fun. Like I've yard sailed I don't know how many different cars, and everyone's always like, "You're okay?" I'm like, "I think I'm okay," and they're like, "You don't seem like you're upset." I'm like, "Oh, I am upset, but you know what? It's just nothing I can do. I can't put a car together right now, so I'm gonna have to take it home and do it there." But like I said, yeah, at the racetrack are normally pretty easy going. Of course, you got your bad nights and you're a little down on yourself, but after races, it's always fun to hang out with everybody and just be happy and friggin' worry about the problems tomorrow.
All right, so these guys are blowing up the chat good now. All right. Bobby goes, "How did you get your nickname Shuga? Is that what you have in your gas tank?"
So actually, it was from Scott Delosio. He's the announcer at Paris. He announces a lot of places, but primarily at Paris. And I was in my gray sprint car my first year in the 410, and for some reason, I don't know why we did it, but we thought something to make it stand out, so we put orange vinyl over the wheel covers. So something, I don't know what clicked in Scott's head, said something looked like he put on a lowrider or something, so he just called me Shuga from there, and I was like, that's pretty cool, and it stuck. I mean, a lot of people, it's call it by me, and I mean, I'm like, it's on my visor now and stuff like that, and it's kind of, I like it. It's a fun nickname, you know. Everybody calls it. Friggin' Shane Galdick gets called it now. I mean, I don't know if they heard it from me and they call him Sugar, but like, and then after Sean O'Malley, I'm like kind of the same. So like, but I was first. You know, Shane Galdick's
Right.
obviously a bigger name than I am. But I mean, I was first, so we always mess around and stuff like that. But yeah.
Luis, if you could race any track, which would you choose?
I mean, in the sprint car, Pokemon. I mean, it's pretty bad fast, and I kind of like dry slick, and it's in Arizona, and that's I'm kind of bummed we're not racing Casa Grande because it's going to get like that. In the sprint car there, and then River Cities and the Lightning Sprint, you're kind of like I tell everybody, you could put a water bottle in the corner, and the water bottle fall over. It's so banked, and it's a pretty rad feeling going in the corner, and you're winging over that hard in the Lightning Sprint because you don't really get that in a lot of the tracks out here. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
So yeah, that's at River Cities right there.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I first night I took the track on there, I was puking on my way to the track, everything else. And did you ever meet Jack Croker when you were up here, the 8 ball in the 410s for NOSA?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, so he comes flying by during hot laps, and I'm not on it at all. You know, I'm still scared during hot laps, whatever. And he
Yeah.
just clunks me full of mud right on the visor, chipped the top of my helmet and everything. And I'm like, I pulled in, and he goes, "Welcome to the big leagues." I'm like, well, if this is what you guys are like, dude, I don't even want to try and run with the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Like, no way in hell this is happening.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, those guys are gnarly out there doing like 9-second laps and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
oh, no, screw that.
Stan, your
Harley.
dad?
Yeah, he's my dad.
Okay,
Okay.
so he goes, "Do you really use Vagisil as mud off?"
So I don't know how we were actually just him and I freaking after work. We were at the store. We were getting groceries for the race, and he was just like, "Can we put everyone used like the mud off? So we put baby oil in the car in place of
Right.
mud off." And yeah, we thought we'll just try something different. And we're like, okay, it's just two dudes buying Vagisil there at Albertsons. And yeah, we use it on a race car, and ever since then, yeah, joking around. A couple people like Hannah Mayhew, she races wingless 360 down here.
Yep.
She always comments and stuff and makes those jokes, and it's just funny. Like I said, we're just joking around all the time. Like I
Yeah.
said, when we need to be serious, we're not. Like I said,
That's
so
funny
just
though.
always a joke. And friggin' my head crew guy now, and he's actually getting sprint cars, Mark Henry. He always puts it on for me and stuff like that. And we joke with him, and he's a cool dude.
I'm gonna have to, when you guys show up to Devil's Lake this year, I'm gonna bring down you a bottle of Vagisil now, just as a joke. I'm just gonna toss it to you.
I mean, everybody talks crap on, but it smells super good. I mean, I don't use it, but I mean, it still smells super good.
You're still young. Give us some time.
Yeah.
Harley Aguilera says the speed secret is chicken strips. Don't let him fool you. Is there there's a story behind that?
Yeah, Harley's my teammate with Bryant when he raced 17 F car. He's gonna hop in a 3 F car this year. We went out to Washington and Missouri.
Allegedly.
We go to IHOP and stuff, and it's chicken strips. I can eat chicken strips for the rest of my life. And they said, "What are your one thing you can have? Eat chicken strips." Friggin' ranch and ketchup. We went to IHOP, and like I said, yeah, chicken strips is a good speed secret. Chicken strips about 2 monsters for every race day, and hopefully put that baby in the front.
I tell you what,
everyone's
man.
got the routine, man.
Yeah.
I'll make you this deal right here, right now. We got 15 people listening right now. Well, including us. If you win at Devil's Lake, while I'm announcing, I will bring you chicken strips down to Victory Lane when I come to
And I
your
will
interview.
eat every single one of them right there.
Everybody's gonna be like, why is he bringing him chicken strips? And be like, dude, you're gonna have to go listen to the podcast.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Chris Wilson goes, what kind of purse were you wearing while watching your girlfriend drive a monster truck?
Yeah, that was funny. My ex-girlfriend. We were at Del Mar Fair at the local fair down here, and it's our buddy Eric Shockey has his son races mini monster trucks, and I'm kind of like, getting in the, I'm always like, I'll hop in anything with four wheels and I'll drive anything. But I was so there. She flies planes. She's going to be a commercial airlines pilot.
Yep.
She was like sitting there. She fit, and they're like, "You want to drive it?" And the kid actually flipped it. His son flipped it, so all the oil was in it. So she actually started up facing the crowd, and a whole bunch of white smoke. I have the video, and it dusted out the whole entire thing. And
Oh, geez.
That's awesome.
She was sitting there, gave me her purse, I held her purse while she drove it off. It was pretty funny.
Hey, that's a badass story, though.
That'd be cool as shit, dude. I don't know if I would
Here,
let
babe,
my
hold your purse. Go drive it.
Yeah, exactly.
dude, no way in hell am I letting Jordan drive a monster truck. No way, dude.
Should have this out the way.
No.
My time.
Yeah. Well, that and she'd be running into the crowd. She'd be like, "How do I stop it?" You should see the curb next to our house.
Yeah.
Going back to the race season, we talked biggest accomplishments and stuff the other day. You did have a win at Deming for Clay Cup. Not championship, obviously, but...
Not championship. That was a big ordeal. They'll protect that Homewood. Homewood's fast up there. All those guys in freaking Deming, mad props to those guys. They raced them at Deming and Cal Cup, and then actually Homewood came down to Brona, or like the track that's about 20 minutes that way.
Yep.
And he whomped on us the second night. As soon as that guy's on, he's on. Like I said, yeah, those Deming guys race there every single Friday night, and the track does pretty much the same exact thing. It really is bringing a knife to a gunfight. So like I said, to win a preliminary night there was said a lot for me within myself, to be like, I finally beat one of these guys,
Yep.
And it was cool. I mean, yeah, I started up front, but I mean, like I said, a win's a win. It all looks the same on paper, so.
Well, and Paul and Bev do an awesome job. So actually, being from Washington, they're what we would call my aunt and uncle. Just really close family friends. My dad used to run pizzas down to the middle, and they pitted in the middle from up in the grandstands down to the concessions there. So growing up, I was always around Brock and Jason Bloodgood, all them guys.
Yeah. Yep.
So Deming's an awesome
Brock
track.
Is pretty. Yeah, I'd always say, people are like, "What do you compare it to?" I'm like, it's literally like Trophy Cup, but for lighting sprints in the 600s.
Yep.
And it's like Brock. I mean, he races winged 410s. I mean, that guy, he's insane out there, and so is Homewood. And even I forget the dude's Nate something. Nate Vaughn.
Yep.
He races every once in a while, but I mean, when he's on too. Like, he pulls up in a car with a wing that's not even wrapped, and I'm like, I watched him, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, in qualifying, because qualifying's so crazy there. I mean, you're like, they put four on the track at the same time, and it's green, like, as soon as you hit the track. And the way Deming is, it's such a crown. My first year out there, I was like, oh God, I was sitting fourth, and I was like, okay. So I went out, and I Dukes of Hazzard the car on the track, and I was like, I was on the gas, like, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to get ran over. I went out, and it was my first time there. It was Brock Lemley, Chance Crum, and Homewood. I'm like, and then there was me. I was like, this is it's the best and worst group to be in. I'm like, I wish I came out first, not fourth, because these guys were. As soon as I got on the track, I'm like looking at them going in the one. I was like, God damn it! But I mean, it's fun. Deming's a huge party. It's a great time. All those guys out there, it's super cool. Like you said, it's just, like I said, all those, you show up once a year, and like you said, it's like family. They always, you show up and they got a spot saved for you. We talk to all the guys out there, and it's like I said, it's like you never miss a beat. You haven't seen them in a year, but it's like you just talked to them yesterday. It's pretty cool out there.
Bobby goes, what does Jimmy Oskey really say to you in the pits?
Well, it depends. I mean, sometimes, he's like, you need to get on it. And it's funny when he comes in, we talk about our pre-race stuff, and he just shakes his head and nods, and probably like, kid, you don't know what you're talking about, so stop talking. But I mean, he tells me, you need to do this. He tells me qualify, because qualifying in the sprint car is my worst. I can't qualify to save my life. I can main event and I can race pretty good, but in qualifying, it just all goes down the drain. And Jimmy just tells me qualify like it's the 30th lap of the main. You're that comfortable. And I tell myself, yeah, I'll do that. And then I get in the car and I'm sitting about to get pushed off, and it all goes out the window. So I'm such a squirrel. And then he comes back and he's just like, in the nicest way possible, tells me, why did you do that? And do you even listen to me? And it's pretty cool, like talking to Jimmy. And like I said, Jimmy comes to me before every single race, before qualifying, comes to me after qualifying. Every time I tell him what I did, and he shakes his head and tells me that's the right thing to do. Probably wasn't, but he tells me that it is anyways. And it's just cool talking to the older guys, and those guys that race when cars didn't even have a roll cage off their head. To kind of just talk about, like, I think those guys are the most legit dudes on the planet. Racing the sprint cars when you didn't have anything over your head except the leather helmet. I'm like, you guys are pretty gnarly. And even like Shane Carson, he just introduced me to him. I knew of Shane Carson, but I never talked to him. And introduced me to him and got to talk to him. And it's just cool getting to know those guys and talk to them and kind of compare what I do and what they did. And it's like completely different. The cars are not much different if you think about it. I mean, than what they used to do. It's just some of it's faster and the safety is different. And it's just cool talking to them and discussing like what they did versus what I do and how it changes the car and if it changes the car.
So your dad and Bobby are going back and forth right now, just feeding off each other. Bobby goes, "Does it help to rub one out in the pit bathroom before you qualify, or the main event, or both?" And then your dad goes, "Who is your favorite track photographer?"
Well, I'd have to say Bobby's my favorite track photographer, and everyone always says they could do that before a race, and if it helps, there probably is some dudes out there that do it and aren't ashamed to admit it, and there probably are dudes that are ashamed to admit it. I am not one of them, but
no, he does it in the toter.
I'm open to try new things. I mean, if it's gonna if I do it and it puts me a quick time, you best believe I'm gonna do it again. So
maybe if you're nice, Bobby will even help you out with it.
Exactly. I was talking to you, and you might as well.
The vets are so ready for you in there already.
Exactly. Yeah.
Might be what you're missing.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig Edson goes, "What's it like when you hit the restart cone in a lightning sprint?" What's the story behind this?
So freaking, that was my, like I said, first year at Clay Cup. We were out there, and down here you go green at the local track. I only race at the local track. You go green, light turns green, and it's green. Like, that is, you pass. If you're sitting 20th, light goes green, you can pass all the way to first before you even get out of the corner. It doesn't matter. There's no restart card, no nothing. And I didn't pay attention to the driver's meeting because I thought I knew what I was doing, and I'm some hotshot racer, and I show up. And we were in the B main, and actually Grant was behind me. And I was sitting 4th or 5th, I believe. And I went to go. They went green. I pulled out and went to go pass them, and I saw the cone at the last second. Went to go tuck in, and I hit somebody, and I flipped. Yeah, pretty good. It was a one flip, and I landed right on all 4 wheels on the ground. Cage slapped it, and yeah, they call me restart. That's another nickname that one I could do without. I like shuga, but restart, that one I could do without. But yeah, the Edson's definitely, we'll never let that one down. And it's pretty funny every time we go out there and always bring it up and single it out the driver's meeting and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool now that I heard that they got their car together this year and they're going to race. So I like racing against Austin. He's a good dude. And yeah, hopefully we can go out there and win on the big night. But I've all those Cal Cup and Clay Cup, I've won at Cal Cup twice on the second night and Clay Cup on the second night. Second night warrior, and then third night goes whatever. Even if I finish, I'm not too far forward. So
Bobby told you he's got nitrile gloves.
yeah.
He also said, seriously though, how bad did it hurt to mess up that Great Bass boat paint job on that new gas chassis in its debut event? It hurt to watch it, he said.
Yeah, that was the gas chassis. That's my dad's company. We were building chassis down here. AJ Bender races it. It's him and I. But yeah, it was an unfortunate deal. We were going, and we went one lap. On the second lap, going across there was a car leaking oil about a couple spots ahead of me and the guy that I flipped. And the guy in front of me went to go tear his tear off, and he said his thumb got stuck. And this was at Paris, right after flag stand. He said his thumb got stuck, so instead of, I guess, getting his thumb out or yanking the tear off, he just let off the gas, and you don't expect that in the middle of the half-mile straightaway. And I hit his rear tire, and yeah, I went yarded. I remember the first two. and then it knocked me out. And I woke up and they asked me where I was, and I was like, I'm pretty good at knowing where I'm at, and I didn't know where I was, but I looked at the wall. I'm like, Paris. I'm like, well, Paris. They didn't know what day it is, and I'm like, race days are on Saturday. I'm like, Saturday. And they're like, perfect. And I'm like, adrenaline was still kicking, and I didn't think anything of it. And then a couple minutes later, yeah, I was hurting pretty bad. But like I said, the car my dad builds probably. I mean, I've stress tested every single car I've been in, and the car did its job. I mean, the whole front of it's mangled and everything, but the whole driver's compartment was super good. Nothing bent up in the driver's compartment, and it's like I said, the chassis did its job, and with the help me and save me, and it was one of those things. It was unfortunate, and it was a beautiful car, and we actually brought that body back this year. We have a red one and a blue one, and we were out a while. We took the time, and I got hurt pretty bad. I've not enough time off. 2 weeks later, we went out to Missouri, and I flipped again, and as soon as my head started feeling better, I flipped again. Friggin', I was like, oh, now I'm back in the same boat. Flying around with a concussion, flying with a concussion, I do not recommend, because you can feel every bit of altitude change. I'll tell you
all
what.
that pressure,
Oh, yeah.
not fun.
No. Chris Wilson goes, "Who is your real father?"
That is yet to be named. I have no idea. I freaking did a 23andMe and the test got stolen. I don't know. So we're still working on
it. Gosh, well, if anybody's listening from Hollywood and you need a stunt double, I think Shane's your guy, because by the sounds of it, he's not scared to junk a car.
No, definitely not scared to, and that's honestly, and that's a good thing about my dad having the chassis business is
he can go through as many as he wants.
Honestly, I mean, like at a certain point, it's probably like, hey, I'm gonna have to start charging you. But like, we got my car, my main car, we got the spare car and the trailer. I have yet to put it together. I've been kind of procrastinating on that for I don't know how long, but I need to stop doing that. And then we got another car, another chassis, seriously in the living room. And
I like it.
It's kind of how it is when you got two guys living at a house and it's nothing but racing. So like I said, we got a chassis in the living room. We had body parts
motor in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well. It's been so cold and rainy and
my type of house.
Crazy weather. It's he just had his Harley. He was doing the heads on his Harley. Just had his Harley in the living room too. But I was like, okay. I mean, it's just I'm coming home from work. I'm like, well, that wasn't there this morning. I'm like, okay. And then it's just one of those things. It's easier, I guess, to work in the car in the living room than it is in the garage. But whatever.
It's warmer.
Yeah.
You just need to build a garage door going into the living room now. Take out the living room windows and put in a garage door.
We got the whole living room is all windows, so like might as well just knock them all out and put
we're gonna turn that into a door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, or just demo the house and build a shop house at this point.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we barn dominium, that'd be pretty sick to have one of those. We always, him and I talk about, be like, we can always move in. If you were to buy a house, I was like, the shop can be big enough that you can fit haulers in like that all the way through and still have room to work on the car. And if you had a freaking office space for a house, that's okay. As long as you got a place to sleep, eat, and take a shower, that's okay with me. And I just need a big shop. That's all that matters to me.
I think that's a lot of us. That's a lot of us goals.
Yep.
I know we always talked about it too, getting a shop we could pull out with the hauler on the other side and be done with it. Never have to worry about backing up.
I want that. I will have that one day. I'm thinking about not anytime soon, but my goal is to move out east, like Indiana. And I mean, that's if you want to go sprint car racing, that's where you need to go. And I race sprint cars, and I kind of where I want to go. But I mean, I just got to get it's not going to happen anytime soon. But that is the end goal, is to move out there and go sprint car racing and hopefully make that a job. And if I could turn that into a job, I mean, I'm doing something right. But I know it was cool. We talked to Justin Grant, actually, my cousin and I at Turkey Night. And Justin said his first couple of shows, he said he almost stopped racing. He was so bad. And then he got a couple lucky breaks. And, I mean, I guess he's one of the best guys, I feel like, in anything he drives. Especially sprint cars and midgets. I mean, he just said he's like, it happens. I had 3 seasons where I sucked. He's all, but I finally won a race and got good, and just keep at it. I'm like, okay, it's kind of a goal to look forward to. Is one of those guys I kind of look up to.
So we know you guys like to joke around, so this question's coming back for Shane. Who is your favorite driver of all time?
Of all time.
Of all time.
Ricky Bobby for sure, but he's not really a real driver.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with that. What about your current favorite driver?
Probably like Brady Bacon or something.
All right, so here's the real question. Who would you rather your back get blown out by then, Ricky Bobby or Brady Bacon?
Probably. I feel like Ricky Bobby would be a better time.
Bring the Vagisil and have a good time with Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Like,
Just
always,
both be
as
on
long-
fire.
if they don't have Vagisil, I'm not interested. You know.
Yeah. I feel like Ricky will know what to do with his hands at that point.
Exactly. He had some practice.
Man.
Here's a
Who
good
would finish
question.
first?
Who would finish first? You or Ricky?
Probably Ricky. Yeah. I would just wouldn't give him the satisfaction. I got it.
I feel like it'd be a total hangover, like with Phil. It'd be the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you ain't first, you're last, and if you're all about winning, it don't matter if he comes or not, as long as you do, right? Hop off and yell quick time.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So we started
Yeah.
that question right away with the podcast, and we skipped it for a couple of people, like T-Jack and stuff, because his kid was in there, and I was like, well, I know these guys are liking a joke. I'm bringing this thing back for these guys
Yeah.
just because I knew you were gonna come up with some good answer for it. So, worst accident you've had yet? What do you?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like the way I don't know. The worst looking I feel like would be my Paris one, that happened last year. But I mean, my worst feel I felt the worst was the one a couple weeks after that at in Missouri.
Is the one at Paris the one where you rolled coming into 3 and 4?
That was 1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2. Yeah.
Oh, 3 and 4. 3 and 4. That was at Kogapaw. That one
Okay.
the cartilage of my knee exploded. That I hit my knee on the.
Oh.
I bet the fuel fitting from a 90 to a 180 with my kneecap. That didn't feel good. After that, I bought the knee guards. That one, that one hurt a little bit. A lot of it. But like I said, Missouri won the lighting sprint because I flipped and my wing came off, and then a guy, Josh Flood, came in, and the accidents all happened so fast, and tagged the halo, and it bent the halo actually into my helmet. So that was probably the scariest one. And like I said, if the halo wasn't there, definitely probably wouldn't be here right now. But like I said, that was a pretty scary one. But yeah, by the looks of it, yeah, my Paris one would be the worst. But the worst feeling, scariest one for myself would be the Missouri one. Yeah.
Just because we know Flood. Way to go, Flood, you idiot. No.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
He's a cool dude. I like him. Like I said, if it was I was up at the front, passing for the lead, and I got chopped down in the tractor tire, and those things come and grab you, especially when you get shoved into one. They grab you a lot more.
Yep.
Tractor tires don't feel good.
No, they definitely. It hurts a lot, and then once you get another car tagging you when the wing falls off, it definitely doesn't feel much better.
Well, and you talk to racing down there versus racing up here in North Dakota. When you came up here for the Minn Kota show, you guys got walls all the way around your tracks down there.
Yeah, a lot of them.
We don't.
Yeah. It's California insurance. If you friggin' look at somebody wrong, they're gonna sue you. But a lot of the now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. The only track, no, even that one does. Yeah, like I said, Mojave, but that's in it's like Arizona. Mojave, Casa Grande, they don't have a wall, but they're gonna. I heard rumor they're gonna put a wall around it, which kind of sucks. I kind of like that feeling of knowing that you don't have a lot to rely on. If you mess up, you kind of mess up big. At River Cities, though, not that place. Because if you mess up there, if you launch off there, you're in for a ride. It's a 2-story drop minimum.
So I was on a team, and I was actually in the process of buying one of them 5.3 non-wings that they run up here with the Western Renegades. And I was in the process of buying one of those, and they had the kid in the car at River Cities, and he went into 1 and 2, and if you hit it right, you bicycle it in 1 and 2. Well, that's what he
Mhm.
did, and he broke the shock mount post. We came in,
Yeah.
he came in, we welded it, and we're like, don't hit that spot again. Well, what's he
Yeah.
do? Second lap of the feature, hit that spot, and he sent it off of 1 and 2. Well, that's at least 20-foot drop.
Well, like I said, minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he nosedived it. The battery
Yeah.
ended up at the pit gate.
That's pretty crazy. That's a good distance too. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Send the
pretty
battery that far.
yeah. It's a gnarly bad fast track, and it's kind of like I kind of like tracks like that, like how Placerville is. I mean, it doesn't have walls in the corners, and it's pretty curved up. And if you were to mess up, it flattens off real fast. It sucks into those tires or into the wall. I freaking my buddy, my best friend Mark, he raced. He's for sliding sprints, like I said, just getting into sprint cars last year. And his off night was the night I got third, and I was lapping him. Friggin' that guy. I mean, he gives no breaks for anybody. You might like it, but he takes the whole friend on the off the racetrack, not friend on off the racetrack. He freaking is that guy. He has no friends on the racetrack. And I was going to lap him, and he freaking at Pottsville, there's a dirt ramp as the off ramp.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's a abrupt wall, a dirt wall out of nowhere. I go to lap him on the outside, and he freaking basically shimmied his right rear at me, and I hit it, and I bounced off that freaking ramp, and I was like, oh. It launched me into the corner. It actually set me up pretty good. I mean, if I could do it consistently, that same exact thing, I would do it. But I didn't have the faith in myself to continue to hit that ramp and potentially end the night that way.
Yeah, it'd be a fun ride.
Yeah.
So the cars you drive, what's your favorite, and what's something you want to race that you haven't?
I mean, obviously, I'm a lot more successful in the riding sprint, but for like getting my name out there, the sprint cars, it's just you can't really beat having 900 horsepower in a car that only weighs 1,300 pounds with me in it. You can't really beat that feeling.
Right.
So honestly, sprint cars are my favorite. I really want to try. I haven't raced a midget. I wanna race a midget. Even practice one. Try one of those or like a late model or something like something with a lot of horsepower. And I want to see what it feels like to go fast in something else with a different discipline, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. We got scammed by something. I blocked the person on Facebook, but
Oh,
we got. Huh?
I didn't see that. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'll send you a Snapchat of it. We got like Asian letters. That's what we get for talking about the Asians earlier. Now they're fucking trying to fucking hack.
So your
hack
dad
us.
said, tell us about road tripping with Nana to the races.
That is always an interesting topic. I mean, Nana she's got a motorhome and she's always got a trailer with either a lightning sprint on it or the mule on it. And yeah, that lady is nuts. She is freaking crazy. She's not even 5 feet tall, and she's hopping in a motorhome with a trailer, and you're like, oh, that lady won't drive it. Oh, she will. She rides Harleys, and
That's
she
badass.
definitely
That's awesome.
learned her. There was a time, I can't remember what track they were going to, but I wasn't with them. I mean, I can't say luckily, but there was a she was driving somewhere flat, probably was headed, I think they're going to Colorado, and she fell asleep and went on off the side of the road, and they were on the top of the motorhome bed, and she freaking woke them up that way, and she obviously woke up from that, but there's that. She takes these gnarly sleeping pills that can knock out a horse because she got like insomnia or something. Like,
She want to pass some of them over?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like the Quaaludes in freaking Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, she freaking takes those. And
Jesus.
there was one time we were going to Minn Kota the first year. It was my birthday. It was like midnight, so I just turned 18. And we were going to Sturgis. And she, as soon as the sun goes down, she stops driving because she doesn't want to get tired, which is totally fine. She drives enough. She does enough for us to feel like, why not? You know, we were driving. I was driving. Grant was passenger, and Dalton was in the middle, just sitting right there. And she said, I'm going to take my sleeping pill. And she took her sleeping pill and thought she went to bed and came back. And she was sitting there in the little dining room area of the motorhome just talking crap to us. And, like, we looked back, and her eyes were closed. I'm like, oh, she's still asleep. And she was just, like, just kept on talking, you know. We're like, okay, haha, you know, let her do her thing. And then we're like, kept on driving, turn around, and she's gone. We're like, where the hell did she go? She went back to bed. And we're like, okay. Woke up the next morning asking us how our drive was when we pulled over. I'm like, do you not remember, like, basically wanting to fight us in your sleep. She was like, no, not at all. I'm like, okay, that stuff's crazy. But like I said, yeah, road trips with Nana is always interesting. It's never a dull moment anywhere you go, whether it's down the street, anywhere, anytime she's in the motorhome and somebody else is, it's gonna be something. Something's gonna happen, whether it's down the street or across the country. Something will happen with Nana in the motorhome.
Sounds like a badass Nana.
Yeah,
I think you should bring her to North Dakota this year.
Oh, she goes everywhere. She goes every time. We freaking actually, you know, what we went to my first nationals. It was actually my first race, I guess, with my own car by myself. My dad didn't go. She drove my trailer out there, and we went to Lake Ozark for the nationals. And we're going, and all of a sudden it's pretty late, and we met up with my uncle Sheldon. Actually, Sheldon P drove for my uncle. He's basically his cousin, and drove out there, and we were going. I'm like, Nana. Also, we saw them, and I'm like, sitting like, Nana, where'd they go? I'm like looking around, get out. We're on the back straightaway at Lake Ozark. She pulled the motorhome and trailer on the back straightaway at Lake Ozark.
Your
like,
dad just said she almost
Your
pulled onto a
dad
live
just-
track with the motorhome.
yeah.
man.
Oh fuck!
I was like, wow. I was like, it's pretty nuts. But like I said, yeah, she definitely is. She's a pretty legit lady, and like never dull moment with Nana. She doesn't really. She's not one of those jokesters like how we are, but she takes them and she dishes them back sometimes. But she's one of those ladies that you can walk up and she won't know you, but she'll act like she will. She'll lie straight to your face. You'll talk to her for 20 minutes the day before. She'll be like, I have no idea who you are. But you will never know. But like I said, Nana's awesome. Never dull moment with Nana.
Oh god, dude.
That's awesome.
So
Anybody
I'm,
that knows my Nana,
I'm partying
knows
with your
that.
Nana when you guys come up here, just so you know.
she will definitely. She likes to party. But like I
We'll go to
said,
the
yeah,
casino.
Nana. Everyone talks about me and my cousins and how we're all too much of a jokesters and all this stuff and all the stuff we say and do, and we're crazy. And my dad and my uncle, they're worse than we are. And then, but when, like, you sit there and like, just watch my Nana, what she does for like 20 minutes. I'm like, you see where we get it from. Like, she's just as crazy as we are. You just wouldn't expect to come from a little old lady like her. And then it's just like, it's all her fault. So we always blame it on her.
Gosh, yeah, no, we had another one of them comments. Did you see that, Ashton?
Yeah, Bobby's killing me, man. He's like, dude, you would
I
win. Your
love
legs
it.
are a lot longer than a midget's legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I said, Bobby with just those sly jokes and those like just
Yeah.
random things. It'd be like on my Facebook posts. Some of them blow up. Or I get like comments, like 70 or so comments. You know, I'm like always looked at them. Where's Bobby's comment? What'd he say? What'd
Yeah.
he
Bobby say?
There's always something funny.
That's good though. He said you need to paint your next car charter. I can't even fucking say that right now.
Treacherous green.
Yeah, he said make a statement.
You know, I don't believe in all that freaking green's bad on a race car. I mean,
I don't either.
I can
I
flip
do.
a race car no matter what color it is. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Look at
one of those
Kinzer.
things.
If it's
Yeah.
real, look at Kinzer.
Johnny Shots won I don't know how many championships, and his car was black and
Yeah.
green and stuff like that.
I don't believe
So-
the green.
I
It's
don't,
just
I
a
don't know,
color.
man, dude. I put green on my car and we had nothing but motor issues. Motor
Well-
ran fine till we put green on the car.
Look who's driving it.
Hey,
Yeah.
fuck you. I thought about, dude, we were having so many motor issues at one point. I was like,
When
yo,
the
if I hit these,
motors
if I
read
hit these,
9,000 RPM, Cole.
we're having so much, dude. At one point, I was like, I could hit this tractor tire and just make it look good, roll it, and just be done for the season. Just quit putting
Yeah.
money into this fucking thing. And right as I got ready to turn into the tractor tire, I could hear like Mark Dobmeyer and them guys getting ready to lap me. And I'm like, oh yeah, good thing I didn't hit that tractor tire because I would have just got smoked by these leaders
Yeah.
coming around. And it's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, that first time being out there, I'm, just staying on the bottom, whatever. And these guys are coming from the high side to the bottom, from the bottom, just barely around
Yeah.
me, and then back to the bottom. I'm like, how do you guys move like that? Like, and they're like, you
What
got to
are
put your
those
foot on the
things?
gas. You got to
Are
put
those
your
other
foot on the
cars?
gas for first.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Those
God,
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Really gotta put her up here.
No, I mean, and it's crazy how fast you guys get at River Cities. I mean, there's nights you guys are going faster than the 410s.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. I mean, someone said to me one time about another track. I'm like, I don't believe it. And you go and watch them, and it's just like, wow. Like you do, like you are. It's just the way. Sometimes the way the weight and stuff is. It's just the way it is. I mean, like on slick tracks. I mean, like I have a Dash 12 410. So I mean, I don't have the All Pro. I mean, we're working on it. That's
Yeah.
Yep.
obviously the end goal. But I mean, still, like I said, Kokopah, we started 22nd, and it was bone slick from the bottom all the way to the top because modifieds ran there before us. And I was like, okay, tighten the car up a lot. And we went 22nd to 5th, and I was passing. I just slid Chris Ganson for 5th, slid him in 1 and 2, and I just don't know what I was thinking. And I went to go halfway block his slider back, and I was not on the gas hard enough when I hit the wall because the wall was basically about the cushion was about maybe 8 inches off the wall, and it was just fluff. And I hit that wall, and I went barrel rolling, and we built a whole brand new car. Stopped working at about 2 in the morning, and then woke up at 6 and put it back together, and was able to make it out for the main. And went out, and the torsion stop fell off. Put it back on, and didn't do anything. When the car didn't want to turn, and once it did turn, it didn't want to stop turning. And then then like I said, it's one of those things.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
You talked about racing Placerville a little bit. Talk about the cushion there, because that thing's not even a cushion, dude. That thing is a berm.
A wall.
Yeah, it's pretty sketchy. I mean, honestly, it's hard to do that type of stuff, like a curb like that in the Lightning Sprint, because you just simply don't have the wheel speed like how you do in the sprint car. And it's just like in the midgets, it's good that when we do it when the midgets are there because we had about the same size right rear. They might be a little inch or two bigger. So the size of the cushion isn't too bad, but we just don't have the get up and go wheel spin that they do. So, like, I don't know if I would have really had the balls to run up there. Like, I mean, I would have done it, but I don't think I would have done as good as how Grant and AJ were doing it. It's one of those things. It's weird because at Deming, it curves up on the wall, and it actually, if you look at pictures, it curves as a 600 right rear on the wall. It's not like it curves.
Yeah.
So it grabs you so nice, and you shoot off, and you back up to it and shoot off. And that part's okay because at Deming, you're not really picking up. You're still going pretty fast for how small the track is, but you're not going too fast like you are at Placerville. And it's just like Grant. I was talking to Grant. I'm like, how does it feel? You know, because he just did a race in the sprint car. I'm like, how does it feel? I'm like, there's a huge difference. There is a huge difference. I'm like, how does it feel? Like, it just had to have to be on the gas and, you know, kind of be on the, like in a sprint car, you can go up to a cushion, slap it, and drive off. But the Lightning Sprint with a cushion like that, you have to enter on it. If you don't enter on it, there's no point of even going up there because you're just going to hit it and toss the nose over or just bike it worse than you ever have before.
So a couple things here quick. First off, Ashton, you're stupid. You spelled understand wrong.
Oh, Jesus. Stupid keyboard.
He was replying to somebody in the.
Put an extra E
So
on it.
one of our buddies' girlfriends. One of our jokes is because she's so blonde and gullible. She always says I don't get it to all of our jokes in Discord, and so she said I don't get it in here, and he goes, you wouldn't understand, and he spelt it understand. And
stupid keyboard.
So Bobby goes, be forewarned, if you party with Shane's Meemaw, he is gonna want to party with your Meemaw. So, have you ever been to Skagit?
No, I have not.
Not even just to watch the races or anything?
No.
So if you ever make it up to Skagit, go party with my Meemaw. She is the scale lady at Skagit. So there you go. You can go party with mine. She don't drink, but she'll sit there and joke around with you. I mean, her false teeth might pop out once in a while, but
sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's what some guys are looking for.
Shut up, Ashton. Yeah. Well, okay, so that was the joke when you were talking about, you know, it all started with your Nana. I was gonna say, is she the one that started the porta potty thing before the racing?
No.
No. You know, like you said, that wheel speed and stuff. So what's probably the fastest lap you've ever turned in a Lightning Sprint? Because I know, like I said, you guys are cooking as fast as the 410s at River Cities, and that's 10-second laps.
Probably.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I feel like a track that we're very fast at is Placerville for one. What's another one? I forget the top of my head. I mean, Deming, the 600s are so quick there. I mean, they're like almost.
You bring Colby in.
Yeah, they're like almost doing sub double digit lap times there. So I mean, like I said, it depends really. Um, I guess on the track, but I couldn't tell you to be honest.
Okay. Colby, Shane, Colby. Colby's down in Clovis.
Yeah.
He raced non-wings. I mean, Colby's a racer through and through to the bone. He'll fall asleep watching racing or just listening to race car noises. Um, what are you up to, Colby? Oh,
Nothing much, man.
holy crap! He actually turned the camera on. He told me he wasn't gonna do that. um,
Yeah, nothing much. What's up, Shane?
How's it going, man?
Another day in paradise, brother.
Bobby goes, crap, I missed the entire Hannity show for this. Luis goes, don't get him excited talking about my grandma. Your dad goes, Cal Cup qualifying new 3F car.
Oh yeah. We went out there. We had not an older car, it was ART chassis in the Lightning Sprint, which is pretty older stuff, and we did good with it. But we hopped in with the Diablo car, and then with the Gixxer motor in it, and we went out dead last actually in qualifying, and was 3/10 faster than everybody else. I was like, whoa! And by my lap, I felt it, and I was like, this was an awful lap. I thought, and I come off the board, and I look, I'm like 3, and like I said, Grant was up there too, and it's that's the part that sucks about being the same number as your cousin, because you never when you see 3 and 3, there's been so many times being 1 and 2 or 5 and 6 or next to each other. I'm like, well, I don't know. 1 and 2 is the one I really care about. 5 and 6, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start somewhere midway in the heat race, but 1 and 2 is pretty cool. But yeah, we went out there and kind of surprised everybody, to be honest. It surprised myself for sure. I had no idea. I was kind of like guessing. I'm like, maybe that was me. I didn't look at it before I went out. So I was like, maybe that was me. And we came off and was like, doing quick time. I'm like, I don't know how. I really don't know how. But like I said, we were pretty fast. We won that night. Yeah, we went one that night because they do like the qualifier, the heat race, and all that stuff. So yeah, we did pretty good out there.
When first time going quick time, what kind of went through your mind?
It's a pretty legit feeling. I mean, I haven't once if I go quick time in a sprint car, I haven't done it yet. I have never came close to it. But once I do, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. It is honestly the coolest feeling knowing that like you go out there and you're the quickest guy. To know that your stuff's on point for that session that you're in is a pretty cool feeling. And in the Lightning Sprint, we've done quick time a lot, and been up there a lot in qualifying. Going in the Lightning Sprint's it's a good feeling when you're knowing that, okay, you do a couple crappy races in a sprint car and you're like, I kind of suck, and you go back in the Lightning Sprint and you're like, oh, I'm actually kind of good at this. And then it's kind of like, it always kind of works out. I kind of either have an accident in the sprint car or something bad happens, or I'm like, okay, I suck. And I go in Light Sprint and I go and kind of do my thing, which I've been pretty good in Light Sprint. I can confidently say within myself the past two or so years. And it's kind of feels good to get back in those things and do good for Brian, because that guy, like I said, he's got the nicest equipment out there, and to do good for him and show him that he's got nice equipment, kind of show that off for him. And Harley's another one of those guys, my teammate. He he can do it just as good as anybody else, and hopefully he can do just as good as he has in the past. And the 3F car is kind of one of those cars that everybody kind of looks at when you go out to a big race like that. And hopefully, we can keep that same success going hopefully maybe I can drive for him in the second car. And I know Harley's got it in him to win one of those big races like that, and definitely got what it takes.
Yeah. Obviously, you've got more seat time in the Lightning, so
yeah,
you get more seat time in that sprint car. It's gonna come. You got the experience.
I mean, I can't ever say I really went quick time, but my first night out at the track, I drew a number 1, and so I was first qualifier. So for about 8 seconds, I was quick time, and it felt pretty good, man. My name was at the top of the leaderboard there for a second, and I was on top of the world, and then I seen the next guy go, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a whole second slower than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a change of scenery here in a second. Boss is closing the shop, so we're gonna go move this to the truck parking lot.
Oh boy.
he's got
Tell
lot
Boss I'll
lizards
close the
waiting out there
shop.
for it.
All right, Marshall, see you tomorrow.
Is Raz your boss that I'm taking it?
I think Raz is talking to Bobby.
Yeah, well, he said earlier in the chat too. He said, "Tell him how cool your boss is."
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
I'm guessing Raz is his boss.
They got the coolest boss. Oh yeah, they do. What boss would you know let you go talk on some camera for an hour while you're working?
And get paid for it.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go. I gotta go close the doors. Give me 1 second.
You're good, bud. He's got so much hair. I didn't even know he had earbuds in.
Yeah. I think he actually cut it. And Stan, I mean, if you're in here too, wasn't his hair longer not too long ago? Because I was gonna say on Facebook, it always seemed to be super long. I told you, dude, he's got that like surfer hair.
The surfer skater board hair.
Yep. Well, Colby, you get that hamster moving again on your internet or what?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna start you a GoFundMe and get you some like good internet.
It's not. You're funny. You're funny. That's all I have to say. You're funny.
Should we refer back to last night's Discord?
For the sake of your podcast, we'll go ahead and just give you this one.
Stan goes, "Yes, I hate that Dutch boy haircut he's got now."
That's funny.
I love it.
Remember, this is recorded, so you finally got a one-up on Colby for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and give you that one.
Yeah, until we're out of the podcast and he just lays into me tonight for like 2 hours straight.
All right, remove change of scenery here.
Your dad just commented because we were talking about your long hair. He goes, "Yes, I hate that Dutch boy haircut he's got now."
Oh, dude, friggin' so was like I used to have like super long hair, and my ex-girlfriend was always like, "You need to cut it, you need to cut it." So I cut it, and the one time I did cut, I literally did like a good little Dutch boy. Like the way it curled up, it was kind of retarded. I was like, I'm gonna shave it all off.
Did you learn your lesson? Don't listen to women.
Mine's naturally curly too, you know.
Yeah, so it's just like sometimes I move my truck forward, but sometimes I yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he always clowns on me. He's got no hair, so he's got no room to talk. So
Bobby goes, "Wife's home, gotta go. Good luck this year, Shane. See you at the track, and make sure you wear clean underwear. Yes, they can be women's underwear, but they need to be clean." And then he goes, "Bite me, Raz."
That's funny.
He's pulling out them women's underwear right now. That's what he's digging for.
I'm digging for my truck keys before he closed up the shop completely.
Dad said kid gets a podcast and has to close up shop.
Oh, my keys are still in the shop. Oh, I'll be right back.
Jesus.
Looks like me at Runnings the other day. Oh, my phone's still in there. Oh, wait, now they're closed.
Hey, at least he's going to get it.
Yeah, right? Ugh. Hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday night. Keep the comments coming. Go ahead, share the stream too. Get more people in here. Let's get this thing blowing up. Get Shane some recognition he deserves.
Still got him for another hour, so
yeah,
get him while you can.
At minimum.
At minimum, yeah.
I was gonna say our longest so far, I think, is 2:45, and that was a T-Jack.
Yeah.
And that comment section was gone. Like there was no saving that one.
A little bit.
Oh,
there we
jeez.
go, Colby.
Oh, jeez. Colby's got to show off. Hold on. Why don't you put the picture you sent me like a year ago for High Roller of you flipping and the torsion tube coming flying out?
Oh, I gotta find it.
It should be in our chats.
Is that the same chassis you still have in the garage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you guys know a lot of the same people. You know, Colby,
I know. I've heard the name. I don't know if I know the face. Shane, if you've ever gone to MB2 Clovis ever, when it was open, the go-kart indoor go-karting place.
I know of it. I haven't been there.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah.
I worked there from the time it opened to basically when it closed. So But I've been around. I mean, I've been around the scene for years. Been in my family. I started racing in '97,
Mm-hmm.
so I started racing go karts at basically at 4, and it never stopped. I mean, now I've kind of hit a point where I don't really do it anymore. But um, like Grover was telling me a little bit. He's like, "Oh, you might know him." I was like, "Dude, I've been out of the micro scene or anything like that since about 2010." So
Yeah. Yeah, that
Uh,
stuff's it's pretty cool. It's got all those. I want to drive one of those like the outlaw carts and like that. You know, those things are gnarly. I mean, I want to drive one just one time to see what they're like and stuff.
right,
I
yeah,
don't
and
know,
that
man.
was that, and that was after my time.
I
Yeah.
seen one of them things flip one time, a video on Facebook, and the dude like hopped like Lightning McQueen did off the other car in cars, flipped it, landed on his top wing, and I'm like, no way that looks fun, dude. No way.
Pretty
Got the air
boss man
horn.
horn.
The air horn.
My boss man's.
Is he
I
That's
gotta,
driving a
that's
Ford?
I gotta hook him. Yeah, I gotta hook him
Oh,
up. But yeah, I
yeah. I
gotta
was gonna say you
freaking.
probably
I
gotta
got
go
the
pull
horn
him
too.
home here in a minute.
Yeah.
funny. The air horn. We got one at work. I work in a truck shop, and
Yeah.
we got a quick release air connect on it, and my boss walks in the door today, and I hooked that thing up, and it's got a valve on it, and I waited for him to walk through, and I just hit it as soon as he walked in. Dude looked like his soul left his body.
Yeah.
I
That's
want
what we
to
have
put
this
one on
thing.
my
It's called
truck so bad.
we got a freaking. It's called bead bazooka. It shoots like 140 pounds of air out at like once,
Yep.
and you can like put friggin' a funnel in it and put some like these foam stress balls in and shoot it at like each other and stuff.
Oh
And like
man.
that thing's pretty. Like when we first got it, the first about 2 weeks we were always just like making jokes and like getting ourselves in trouble and stuff. I'm like, yeah, maybe we should not do this. And now it's more of a tool than a joke thing. But we still every once in a while
Yeah,
bring
there
it
we go.
out.
That picture. That picture's the
Ugh.
one I wanted to see.
Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Looks like
Oh
your
Yeah.
car's
man.
playing horseshoes with the right or left rear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that horseshoe object is actually the brake rotor.
Oh
It is literally annihilated.
I can't believe
That
somebody
is-
caught that.
Yeah, that is the good old famous Tulare Thunderbolt.
Oof.
That is just that hole that gets everybody in 1 and 2, or
Yep.
basically in the entry into 1.
The nice big rut.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hit
You-
that a little too hard.
Your dad said need sponsors.
yeah, definitely sponsors are always a need. And it's kind of it really isn't. I mean, always everybody wants sponsors, but it kind of the way things are and the way price things are, it's kind of it is a need nowadays, unfortunately. But yeah, like we're always. I try and have. I mean, I have a couple local guys on here, but yeah, like any big names and stuff like that are always great to have on the car.
Right.
So, like I said, we're always looking. Always. My delivery kind of sucks, to be honest. I'm like self promotion. I suck at it. Like doing this was like a good thing for me, and I always like I watched it a couple times. I was like, I kind of want to be on that, and then like literally 2 days later, he hit me up. I was like, okay, I'm down. You know, I was like, it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, yeah, like I said, sponsors, always. We need them, want them, put them on the car, social media, whatever. I'll drive. I'll bring my car down there and put it in your lot for a week if you want me to. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, the guy to hook you up sitting here with us. Talk to Grover and have him help you out with that.
yeah.
Get us
What?
the promotional stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
Honestly, Shane. I mean, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
19.
19. So honestly, I
Yeah.
think the biggest advice that I feel like you could take anywhere is just if you want to market yourself, you gotta be true to yourself. You know, just
Yeah.
whenever you meet people, just be you. You know,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. And then I actually, you know, I didn't really. I wasn't one that promoted myself, you know, as much as I should have either. Looking back, I probably should have. It probably would have been a lot easier
Yeah.
to make things happen and get things done. But in this day and age, I mean, it's how you market yourself, you know, and
Yeah.
and it's not really what you can bring to the table for them. It's just how you carry yourself. That's what a lot of places are going to look for. That's what a lot of people like. That's what sells is
Well,
I
is a
understand that.
personality.
I'm gonna be honest. I walked into all these sponsors on my car. When I walked in and talked to them, I said, first things first. I'm looking for sponsorship. Second thing, nobody's gonna look at my car and say, oh hey, I'm gonna go buy tires from that store because I seen them on that car. I said that's not gonna happen. I said, and if it does, you call me and let me know. I said, but this is what I'm looking for. This is what I can do for you. You know what I mean? And it worked. They were, the fact that I walked in and said, hey, nobody's gonna call you from this race car.
Yeah.
And it sounds stupid. It sounds, whatever, but it was the truth, and it worked out. And going back to Ashton saying, message me. I mean, when we get done tonight, whatever, call me. I don't care. I'll help you get a letter wrote up, whatever. I'll help you with your social media. I'll run your Facebook page for you if you wanted.
I got that racing one that I definitely could use a lot of more promotion. I feel like because the way I kind of messed up when I made it. I made that when I made my original Facebook, and I didn't. Like now, I don't really post my racing stuff on my racing page because
You're breaking up.
The views that like my main page is. Cause like
you're breaking up really bad.
What's up?
You're breaking up really bad.
Let me see if I can back up closer to Wi-Fi.
I was gonna say he must be in the Walmart parking lot or something.
He's on that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he's on the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
See if that works. Probably not. If that's the end of it, if that doesn't work, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, you were saying you messed up making that Facebook. I think he's froze again.
Yep. That sucks. You're not in the same, or you're not the only one in the boat, Colby.
Woo!
Yeah. Colby gave him the bad luck. Now Colby's is working and his isn't. Yeah, he is froze right now. That or he's got. Oh, he is
we lost him.
Gone. We'll give him a second here. See if he messages me or something. Yeah. So Colby, talk a little bit about yourself. How was work today?
It was good, man. It was good. I actually got home and chilled with the dogs. Our couch was chewed up, so that was cool. But
couch was chewed up. Oh man.
Oh yeah. So.
Damn dogs.
Yeah, it's all right. But
yeah, we got Colby on here. We can ask him questions about racing.
Yeah, you could. I mean,
I was waiting for Colby to just dip right there.
I'm all washed up. But no, I mean, yeah, you can.
I've never asked you this question personally. How did you? Obviously, you have family in racing, and you come from what, 2 or 3 generations?
Yeah, so I'm third generation.
Third generation. What started it for you?
So actually, I mean, I feel like my signature is, trying to make a long story short, and then it's, 5 hours long. So
yeah,
I'll try to keep it concise as possible. But basically, it started out with my grandpa. My grandpa, his name was Knob, or he was known as Knob, Knob Baraki, and he, let's see, he was driving down the freeway and down in Southern California, and looked off, kind of off the off ramp, and saw this parking lot and a bunch of trailers and a bunch of people that were down there. Of course, like I say, a bunch of trailers, but like he just saw like a group of people because they were just a bunch of flatbeds or a bunch of old pickups. Trailers. Yeah. And he was like, oh, he thought it was like my grandpa was a really big like kind of like either like flea market or the like that kind of stuff. So he really liked those little like trade shows, like little whatever. Basically, his your junk was his treasure, kind of.
Yeah,
that's how he was. Yeah. So he wanted to go check it out, and it was go-kart racing. So he started looking around. He started asking questions. Started making contacts with people, and figured out kind of what it was. And um, lo and behold, this time frame, this era is in the 50s. So uh, once he got in with a couple contacts, couple people, he then started a go-kart shop about probably 8 years later, so about early 60s, late 50s. Started a go-kart shop, which is actually still running and operating today, but my grandpa's no longer alive. My grandpa passed away in 2009. Um, my uncle runs it now, Glenaraki,
Yeah.
PKS Car Supplies, and it's been running and operating since the 1960s. So I mean, racing in my family has literally been for well over
6
50
decades.
year 50 60-year period. It's really cool that my uncle actually that owns PKS now, when he started racing, he was in his like late early teenage years. um he was like I think he was like about 14 or so, and he he started, and he's one of very few that can actually say that he's got over 50 years in the sport, just about, and he is like 62 years old. So I mean, to basically just have your whole lifetime dedicated to this adrenaline rush that we all call racing.
Yep.
um I'm also probably one of very few, and I know I've kind of talked to you guys about this in Discord, but with my upbringing and stuff like that, I'm one of few that I'm not even 30, and I got 20 25 years in the sport. So that's pretty cool to say too as well. I mean, I could sit here and talk all night about the
Yeah.
love I have for this sport and the reason why. I mean, I'm not very competitive anymore. Don't really have the time or the money. Shane was over here talking about sponsors and stuff. Anybody watching? If you guys want to throw me some money, no, I'm just kidding. No.
Madison, you hear that? Colby will put you on his car for $1.8 million.
Yeah. No, that's the biggest thing about racing anymore nowadays. With the price of everything, literally time and money. That's
Yeah.
that's the factor of life, and comes down
And-
to racing. It makes it so hard.
Yeah, and I mean, I've had my opportunities. I don't regret anything that I've done or anything that I've gotten to achieve, and that I've accomplished, and things that have happened. Like, obviously, as we see right here,
Yep.
I mean, I've wrecked some race cars. I know that's not good for sponsors' ears, so everyone listening, just don't listen to this part. But I mean, I've definitely wrecked some race cars, but the thing that we've always said, I think that racers have always said, especially when you get to the dirt side of things, I mean, the wrecks are gonna happen. It's inevitable. It's not if it's
When
or it's
When
not
and
when
how
it's
bad.
yeah. So it's just it's just one of those deals. It comes with the beast, and we kind of roll with the punches. I used to do a lot of I feel like a lot of like advocating for the sport as well, at least on our local level for the go karting side. Brought a lot of kids, through the sport over the years, and the number one question I was always asked, and it was always by the kids' moms. It was never the dad. The dad was so worried, and he was, or not worried, but he was just worried about spending money and,
Yep.
figuring out how to get his kid fast. But the mom was always the one that was worried and trying to figure out, is my kid going to be okay? And the number one thing I would always tell him, I go, it's no different than any sport that you're going to put your kid in school, or I go, like, say your kid tells you that he wants to do football, or your daughter tells you that she wants to do cheer, or there's
Right.
a risk to everything that these kids grow up with, that they do in life, and it's no different. This aspect is the same, and it's just what the kid wants to achieve. is where the goal isn't, where it lies.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about racing is you can do it for a hobby and you can have fun. Don't even worry about making money because I mean, if you're worried about making money racing,
You're in the wrong sport.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could become a millionaire racing. I mean, if anybody tells you you can't, you definitely can. The only problem is you got to start with $1 billion.
Yep.
So
that's probably the number one thing. You want to become a millionaire, you better start out with more, bud, because you're gonna lose your ass.
Yeah.
We don't do it for the money. We do it for the fun and glory.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, I know that for weeks to come, and Grover, I just want to say, man, I know I'm here just filling in for Casey, but what you're doing, I feel like it's definitely something in the right direction. I feel like this actually is a way to open up a lot of avenues for people. I know that we give you a lot of shit, but
no, not you guys.
no, I mean honestly, man, like keep doing what you're doing. And I definitely think if you have the ability to, I know that you got Bradley Cox on here, 1 week and stuff like that, but that younger generation, I think, is where you're gonna have to keep kind of your sights and look out for them. Those upcoming stars, Don't get me wrong, I love T-Jack. He's cool to talk to. But no one wants to talk to these has-beens, like no, I mean, unfortunately, it's like we have cool stories, and I feel like I can now contribute to that age group, of that era,
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, we have cool stories, but it's the kids, It's,
Well, the thing is too is I couldn't do it without Cody, Casey, and Ashton. Ashton, especially, being here week in, week out. Nothing against Cody and Casey. I get they gotta work, and
yeah.
I mean, my wife told me today I'm a lazy piece of shit. All I do is sit and play video games all day. But that's for a different story.
What's Joe saying in chat?
We got Joe earlier saying, Grover, fix your shit, god damn it. Your background needs to get it together, bud. But then Madison said Alex can give us the 1.8 mil or whatever, give Colby that.
Oh,
and Joe said Alex wants to give Colby more than 1.8 mil. We already know that.
No, I know I've been in the works of talking with, and I'm going to say it, Chance Crum. Been talking with him. I think that'd be, cool to get somebody like that on who started out young age and is now, in my opinion, the top level he wants to be at. I don't know if he was really ever had his sights set on the Outlaws. He really liked the micro and midget scene. And so, I mean, he's at the biggest you can get that now in the midget scene.
Yeah, he's at that top tier level. I'm trying to get Tanner still. That's in the works.
I think it's funny when Grover says he has to go to work. LOL, Joe.
Let's face it. We're all jealous. Grover gets to stay home and have a fun home job.
Yeah, because I have so much fun, getting my PayPal rejected 18 times.
Yeah.
So much fun dealing with that and having to stay home with my wife.
Yeah.
No, you told me yesterday that's your favorite part.
No, it isn't. Yeah, we'll just say that's my favorite part.
Yeah. That's the best part about it.
Yep. Pretty sure I still got a bag packed in my closet.
I swear, you're the biggest dummy at times.
Yeah. She don't watch this.
Oh.
She don't even watch my broadcast. Yeah.
Fucking Joe, you're killing me.
What's up, Joe?
I thought Joe. Madison goes, wait, I thought you guys were just engaged. Same thing. We've been together 3 years. At least we make our stuff official.
Yeah, Madison. Surprised she's not over here. I don't get it. Love you, Madison.
I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna be calling her Square Garden here in a minute.
I'm a wife
I'm a
too.
wife too. What, to your dog? No, back to racing though. It's I like where this is going, what we're doing. Hopefully we can get, some of that younger generation. It would definitely help. But
Yeah. I know I got a couple in mind from iRacing. It's just been
yeah,
the way it's been going on iRacing lately and the way they've been acting. I don't know if I really want to bring them on. Um, name's not going to be said. I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
Madison, you're an absolute dork.
Uh, Joe,
Colby
don't.
is still GOAT.
Joe says don't bring my old ass on there.
Joe, that's another time and day if you'd ever turn your damn camera on. I'd love to bring you on here because we'd
Dude,
have some great stories.
same. We'd have stories. It would be a lot. If we could
I
get
don't know.
Colby,
It'd be fun-
Joe, and
It'd be fun
Davies
to have
on
a
here.
Discord collaboration night with everybody.
Well, let's do it. Let's end this stream
feel
right
like-
here. Let's do it right now. Let's just go sit in Discord and I'll go live. Whatever happens, happens.
No, I think that's for another time and night, but it would be cool.
We need to do it on like a Saturday.
We've got some people we could have some great racing stories one night and have a good time.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's what this podcast started out as is, I was like, oh, if I'm not doing anything, I'll make like a podcast out of it. I'll just turn my camera on, start streaming with everybody in Discord. Who cares what anybody says? If people got beef, they can talk about it in the comments and really blow the thing up. And that's what started it. Cody's like, dude, we should do a podcast. Ashton said it, Casey said it, and we're like, screw it. Let's do a podcast. And my opinion,
we all were thinking it and wanted to do it.
Yeah, and yeah, we're being formal about it to some extent, but to the other extent, I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't. Joe goes, by the way, I don't have a cam. Thank God. Nobody wants to see his ugly mug.
Madison said she'll get on here though. We can make that happen, Madison.
She'll fall asleep. All we'll hear is her snoring.
She will fall asleep.
She'll fall asleep.
Straight up sawing logs.
I'll send you a cam, Joe. If you'll get on here, I'll send you a cam.
Dude, that was Colby the other night. Colby was sawing logs. That was about 2 weeks ago. All we heard was coming from the other end, and I'm like, oh yeah, Colby's snoring,
hey,
dude. And it got louder and louder. I tried to at least mute my headset and go get in my bed. Hofer and Colby will just whenever, just out.
Well, Hofer hasn't said he's got push to talk, so we don't know. He just disappears, but when he disappears, we know.
Why don't we do this? Because we got a lot of people. Madison's already saying I got a cam and stuff. What are we doing Saturday night? I mean, I know you got Lane, but let's make this as real as possible. I say Saturday night, let's do a Discord podcast in the FSI
I'm down.
Discord.
I don't care. I'll bring Lane on if we're all doing it. I don't care.
I mean, I think that's Colby's like, I'm going to be sick that day. He's going to be hiding in his hidden channel. We'll never find him.
I'll have Mickey in the background. Lane will be chilling, or he'll be watching Woody. Well,
and then we'll
bring
Madison and Hannah on, and whoever else just wants to get on. So if you guys are watching, I mean, for those of you that are in the FSI Discord, we'll do an FSI Discord, just hang out podcast on Saturday night. So, I mean, it'll be.
Are you drinking Bud Light?
He's drinking Keystones. I'm drinking Bush.
Oh, Keystones. Okay, all right.
Hold on.
I don't have any Bud Light.
Never mind. We're not doing it on Saturday.
Oh,
we're not doing it on Saturday. We're not doing it on Saturday. I'm gonna get told to fuck off by an 8-year-old.
6. He's 6.
So we can have Jackson on there. He says, "Oh God."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We need to wait till Joe has a camera. Hell yeah.
Oh jeez.
I am so down for that.
Oh man.
Hey, honestly, like Jackson, like he has that relationship with Grover and stuff, but like if you got him on a camera, he probably would act completely different.
Oh yeah.
Probably
I
would.
guarantee you, I'm still getting flipped off.
We just won't tell him there's a camera though.
Well, oh God, I don't know if you want that. How to get Erect podcast banned in 24 hours?
It's just Facebook. We'll get a little warning. Then we'll get a ban. We're good.
Yeah, we're already out of the monetization. We already can't make no money off Facebook. So at this point, it's all for fun. I've already gotten two warnings for the way we talk on here. They just said
Oh,
it
God.
takes away from our monetization. They won't block us. They'll just take our monetization away. We're gonna have to get a bleep button if Joe's on here because I feel
Yeah,
like
like
there's gonna
Madison
be
said, need to do TikTok or something else. You know, we could go on something else that they don't give a
Matt.
fuck.
Actually, Madison, you might be onto something. So you're at the point where you can go live on TikTok.
Yep.
And so is Hannah. If you guys would go live from your TikToks, just pointing it at the camera or at the screen, and we're live on the Facebook, it could bring in a lot more people and see where it
For both
goes.
of theirs as well.
Yeah, for both of your guys as well. I think it'd be something
I
we
have no
definitely could
problem
do.
with helping them out with that.
Yeah,
Madison,
kind of.
I sure am.
You know
Jeez.
she's got that tone,
It's
too.
only
Yeah.
it's only because of the spicy page, dude. That's the only reason why. It's the spicy page.
Oh my God.
It's their
Ashton just spit out his keystone, bro.
I about did. I can't believe you just said that.
Madison goes, people send me money. Yeah, she wants to get a new purse and her boyfriend won't buy
Yeah.
her a new purse.
Hey, Madison's trying to get sprint cars too. Anyone watching? So she's looking for sponsors also.
God, I would be not in the stands when that happens. I think he'd be safer in the infield than in
Hey,
the stands.
well, actually, hold on. So, like, about this content social media platform that we're also talking about, that anybody with an average IQ that's listening can probably, guess on what we're talking about. But did you guys know that they actually have branched out as of recently, and they are marketing to motorsports as well?
Oh, yeah.
Marketing
Yeah.
what?
So they've branched out in their marketing and in their platforms to basically
towards motorsports, gotcha.
yeah, they're outreaching basically to motorsports programs and finding some of these like upcoming drivers, and basically
Yup.
they're sponsoring motorsports teams.
Okay.
Well, and if you're
Um,
at home, going off of that, what Colby's saying, if you're at home and you got a younger kid that races, whatever, shoot us a message. We would love to have them on. Next week
Yep.
we are booked. We got Randy Post. Then we got a week off. I got a podcast or a broadcast to do for iRacing, but then we'll be back at it the next week. So I mean, if you guys got an up and coming kid racing, or you raced back in the day and you were a party animal, I mean, let us know. We're all for the fun and games, and with the kids being on, we definitely clean up our act. I know for me, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to not drop a couple F bombs when Bradley was on, but I didn't.
Yeah. Dylan
Joe,
Zampa
we'd
would be good.
Dylan Zampa would be good. We'd also love to have your nephew sometime too, Joe.
Yeah, we definitely got to get Matt. Is it Matt? Right?
Matt.
Matthew?
Yeah,
Matt
Yeah.
Kaiser.
Yep. Get Matt Kaiser on here. I'll shoot him a message too tonight.
Joe, I could definitely tell you someone that we don't want, and that's James Cananter. We just definitely don't want him.
Man, dude, I was thinking we could get Ayrton on here and ask him why he wrecks us all in iRacing.
That's gonna be a fun one.
No. If we get Ayrton on here, it's definitely, hey, what happened between you and
Zierfrost.
You and Zierfoss? So, funny story about that. When they actually got in their little scuffle, there was a guy that came in wearing a Tim Estenson hat. And I told Timmy, I was like, look, dude, you didn't even make the show and you're making it on TV somehow. That's another guy we should get on here. I mean, we should get Timmy on. The only thing is he's going to be a total different person than what we see.
Timmy?
Because he's got his sponsors and all that
No.
that he can't goof
No, I'm
around
down to
with.
schedule a
and,
night for Timmy as well. Like we said, going anybody, you got a racing background history, you got a kid that's up and coming, we'd love to have you. We got all sorts of variety. I think Ayrton actually would probably be a fun one.
I really do. And when I say wrecking us in iRacing, I mean he knows he does it. We all do it. We all wreck each other. I mean, it's literally Wreckfest, but we pay monthly for it. And nothing against Ayrton. Ayrton, if you're watching, I love you, buddy. Love getting to race with you on iRacing. It's cool getting to race with somebody at that higher level on iRacing. Like first time I seen him in a server, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! Like I'm racing against Ayrton Geniton. Like this is so cool." Then I watched him right rear someone, and I'm like, "Oh, you just got ASG'd." We'll call that the Zierfoss.
It'd be great for us, and trying to help them as well. So
yeah,
I'm all for it.
One person I really want to get on here, and I'm trying. I've messaged him on Instagram. I've emailed him, and if anybody's got ties to it, dude, I want to get Rico on this bitch.
Oh,
I want to
fuck.
get Rico on here so bad. I will pay him $100 to sit on here for 2 hours. I don't care. I'll pay him the $100 to sit on here for 2 hours. I'll let him promote it as much as he wants on here. I don't care. That is one guy I want to get on here just because Rico
Thanks, Joe. I
does
got it.
Ri- Rico does not care,
No, that'd be
and
cool.
his fans know how he is. I mean, there's
Yeah.
videos of him partying on top of a limo shirtless.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Colby Johnson would be a good one. What about Chase?
I messaged Chase. I had Chase was
Yeah.
supposed to be this week. He told me to call him. I called him. He didn't answer. I left him a message. Didn't hear from him. So I just was moved on. You know, if he gets back a hold of me, he's more than
Uh,
welcome.
I've been talking to Tanner. He's super busy though, because they're about 2 weeks away. They're gonna go run their first 410 show. But he did tell me when he's here in Roseburg, hit him up again. Might be able to do something with him being in town. So that's hopefully a one that we can get on. That would be awesome.
Another one I think would be really cool if we could get it would be Charlie Medford, and I might be able to wing something there. I'm in a few discords with him. That or Ricky Thornton. I mean,
Yeah.
the dude. I mean, he's kind of a party animal. And he's proved anything he can get in, he can run up front. So I mean,
Brenton Bach. Joe said he's good friends with Rico. But yeah.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Britain is. Yeah.
Yep.
another cool guy that would be awesome to get on here is Hofer. I would love to
Yeah,
have
I'd love to have
on.
Hofer. Hofer's a very
because-
interesting and intelligent person.
Not only that, you can see his 8 dogs in his litter box he uses when he needs his break from iRacing real quick.
Dude, you can get Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks
Yep.
Yeah,
on
right.
here.
Forgot you did that. Oh shit.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh god, here he goes. Here he
Hold
goes.
on.
See, this is what I'm saying, dude. We might as well cut this thing and go straight to Discord. But no, I agree. We should. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you.
You hate that? You hate me for that? I got a better
no.
one for you.
Yeah, don't. Are you doing the the mustache with Hofer's hand on my head?
No. But I like this one.
Oh gosh. As you can see, we're all a fun bunch. We'll definitely talk about it. We'll try to figure out a date. We'll post that date. Hofer.
Just roll your chair out of the way, Colby.
Yeah.
Doesn't have wheels.
Oh, that's right.
If Hofer, if you're
whatever.
watching, dude, I'm sorry these guys bash on you so much, man. We can go to therapy together.
Hey, you, me, him, and my bald head can go together.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely post the date that we're all gonna be in Discord, and I don't even know if we're gonna focus too much on watching the stream how we do here.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I think we're just gonna, sit in Discord, and if we get shut down, we'll see how long it takes to get us shut down, I guess.
Whatever.
Um,
We'll go to another platform.
yeah, Twitch. Honestly, that's probably what we should do is just go to Twitch anyway, because
Yeah.
it's just so much easier
Well,
with Facebook, because it's easier to share,
it
it's easier to
is,
get your
yeah.
family involved.
Right.
But
that's the easiest and nice thing about Facebook. Twitch, yeah, they got too many guidelines too.
Joe
With
goes
Jackson, it might take 5 minutes. Hey, as long as we keep him away from a couple words, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I feel like with Joe with 5 minutes, if we could be done, especially if Joe's in the middle of playing Fortnite or Rocket League.
Yeah, but we get Jackson on here, and we got a 6-year-old telling Grover, "Fuck you, Grover." That's gonna be awesome.
I don't know. The other day he told me he told me something else that I'm not gonna say on here.
I'll bring Lane on, tell him to say fish, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely have to do this. But yeah, going back to that streaming on, or the reaching out platforms with motorsports. I think it's an awesome deal they're doing. They're really bringing back the younger generation to racing, and that's the problem. Is there's been a lot of guys over the last few years that won't take time to sign autographs afterwards, and I think it has to do with a lot of they can now go in the pits before the races and talk to the driver. And
Yeah.
I wish they would take that out because that's their job. Let them focus, let them do their thing. After the races, line up 80 rows deep just to get an autograph or take a picture and talk. And the thing is a lot of guys just load up and leave right afterwards nowadays.
Yep.
And it wrecks it for the younger generation. They're like, oh, hey, why would I want to be a race car? This guy didn't take time to talk to me. Why would I want to do that for anybody else? So,
I've always tried to make it a point to, like, if any of like kids come up like after a race, like whatever you're doing, just stop
oh yeah, dude.
and spend time with them, because that's what that's what this is all about. At least to me.
Right. That's the biggest thing.
Well, and that's there's three things you can't do
I
racing
gotta be up
without.
at like 12. What?
Yeah, I don't know what
There's
she's talking about.
Oh,
so
I'm
I'm
gonna play
guessing at
sport.
noon.
Oh.
I'm guessing noon she's got to be up.
I'm guessing noon. If that's
But
yeah.
I don't get it. Can you explain? There's three things you can't do without in
Yeah,
racing, and that's sponsors,
Grover
fans.
doesn't get it because he wakes up at 3 in the afternoon.
12 a.m. Whatever.
Oh, Joseph Brooks is commenting. But all right, guys, we are gonna wrap it up here. We will get a date set for hanging out in Discord podcast. Even if we gotta bring everybody over into our Discord or whatever, we'll get it done. We'll get the date out. It's gonna be shortly. But we will be streaming Fortnite tonight. If anybody wants to kind of get a picture of what that's gonna be like, head over to Backstretch Gaming on Twitch. We'll be live on there here shortly. But yeah, no,
You
thanks,
just
Cole.
Did you just call Alex homeboy?
She did. She
What
called
in
her
the-
man homeboy.
What the hell?
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight, guys.
yeah.
We appreciate everybody being here. Sucks that Shane lost service. We'll have to
Yeah.
get him back on again and do another one.
Yeah, thanks Shane for joining, man. Thanks for bringing the people in. Can't wait to meet your Nana this year. Colby, thanks for jumping in here. Much appreciated for not roasting me the whole time.
Like I said, man, you can have this one.
All right, Foo Man. Did you hear me?
Oh yeah. Hey, don't hate on the stash, bro.
I love it.
You look like you're
But-
getting ready to take my order at my local Chinese restaurant.
Dude, it's the anti-Hitler, bro.
Dude, same. Don't worry, I got it too. My
Yeah.
mother-in-law actually asked me why do I shave it right here? And I'm like, I just can't grow it there.
I don't choose to. It just happens.
So,
Trust
all
me,
right,
I'd
guys.
grow it all here if I could.
Thanks for joining in. We are gonna close it out here. We will see you guys here in a few days.
See ya.